Mazda's probably one of the last brands to come to mind when you think of electric cars. Right now, compared to EV giants, Mazda has a minimal EV selection available. But actually, Mazda's changing its production and has some really big plans. Today, we're looking at how Mazda's going electric, and let me tell you now, it'll be an uphill battle. We'll also see what Mazda's got coming around the corner, including the 2023 Mazda 3, the 2024 Mazda CX-90, and the 2026 Mazda MX-5. Right now, Mazda is seriously falling behind car makers across the globe when it comes to electrifying its vehicles. Currently, its only fully electric vehicle is the MX-30. Recently, it added its first ever plug-in hybrid, the CX-60, to its overall inventory. But word on the street is that Mazda could be working on another battery electric vehicle. Apparently, Mazda submitted patents and technical drawings. According to reports, this new battery electric vehicle will be a small sedan about the size of the current Mazda 3. Funny enough, at first glance, you might not know it's for a battery electric vehicle. That's because in the drawings, the floor looks too thin to house an EV battery pack. But actually, that's just one of the new unique features of this new Mazda battery electric vehicle. From the looks of it, this may even be the thinnest battery pack for an EV to date. So far, there's no information available yet on where exactly the manufacturer will source the battery cells, what technology will be used for the battery electric vehicle, or who will even build the battery pack. According to the patent filing, this BEV will have a conventional lithium-ion battery pack, but there's one source who claims it may actually be a solid-state battery pack since the battery pack looks so thin and lightweight. But that's not all. According to these patent drawings, it also looks like this battery electric vehicle was designed to be front-wheel drive. If that's the case, that would make this new vehicle's configuration identical to the Mazda 3 we see on the market today. But then again, the patent states that a rear motor could be added to make the vehicle all-wheel drive. The only thing is this rear motor was not shown in any of the patent drawings. If you're wondering if this new BEV will be electric replacement for the Mazda 3, well, right now it's too soon to say. If that does end up being the case, this electric car will likely arrive closer to 2030, which is 7 years away. But remember, just because a patent is filed doesn't necessarily mean that Mazda will actually build the vehicle. In fact, car makers file patents all the time, and not every patent and trademark ends up becoming a production vehicle. But one thing is for sure, Mazda's really behind in the electric game, so developing a new electric sedan, however small, makes a lot of sense as Mazda's next step. They want to stay in the game. That's no easy task. Actually, it's an uphill battle. A few weeks ago, Mazda unveiled its midterm management plan, and wait till you hear what it said. In the plan, Mazda announced that it will invest a whopping $10.6 billion in electric vehicles, and the first bunch of these EVs appear to be arriving between 2025 to 2027. On top of this, Mazda's already outlined a three-phase electrification strategy through 2030. According to Mazda, by 2030, it expects its EV ratio in global sales to reach the 25 to 40% range. And that's no small range, which means they have a lot of work to do. Right around the corner, we can expect to see early this year the Mazda MX-30 EV with Wankel rotary range-extending engine. I'll be talking more about this car in a future video. Last year, between January to October, Mazda sold 324 of the 2022 MX-30s. All of these were sold in the state of California. But here's the thing. Even when Mazda does revive its rotary engine in its 2023 Mazda MX-30, it appears the change may only be short-term. You see, the next phase of Mazda's electrification plan, Phase 2, is to introduce a new hybrid system and introduce EV dedicated vehicles in China, as well as launch full battery electric vehicles globally. After that, Mazda's Phase 3 is to promote a full-fledged launch of battery EVs to consider investing in battery production. What that will entail is still unclear at the moment. Mazda's executive team acknowledged the car maker doesn't have sufficient expertise and knowledge about developing batteries and manufacturing technologies for BEVs. That's why Mazda will directly procure batteries from battery manufacturers who have the expertise and experience, instead of making them themselves. One thing is clear, Mazda's electrification plan won't be cheap. After all, we're talking $10.6 billion here. Nevertheless, that investment is still very small compared with investments that other car makers are doing. Take, for example, GM, the Volkswagen Group, Mercedes-Benz, and Ford. Back in 2010, Mazda broke off from Ford Control. It also looked to Toyota for help in developing important parts and products. And now Mazda is also relying on Toyota for its electrification investment strategy, specifically collaborating with Toyota in various areas like development, manufacturing, sales, financing, and more. But it's not one-sided. Apparently, Mazda is putting pressure on Toyota to stop wasting its time with hybrid development. Right now, Mazda has a joint venture plant with Toyota in Huntsville, Alabama, and a standalone plant in Salamanca, Mexico. Both are only set up for gas-powered vehicles. But back in July 2022, Mazda signed an agreement with Fukuda Electric and Machinery to jointly develop an advanced motors for EVs. And last November, Mazda announced several other supplier partnerships for additional needed EV components. That all makes sense because to compete here in the U.S., Mazda has to find a way to source and develop battery materials and assemble EVs in North America if it wants its vehicles to qualify for the Inflation Reduction Act incentives of up to $7,500 per vehicle. According to Mazda's 2022 sales report for last October, deliveries of Mazda vehicles were down 18% in the U.S., 25% in Europe, and 40% in China. The only places where it saw growth from last year was Japan, where sales grew 3.6%. So you can see why Mazda wants to catch up. If you're looking for a new Mazda sedan, that's good news. Believe it or not, the 2023 Mazda 3 sedan is the cheapest new Mazda model available here in the States. And it's one of the best in its class. It has an MSRP of $22,550. It's one of the best new compacts in the market, coming in shortly behind the Honda Civic. We're talking a punchy turbo engine and athletic handling. The Mazda 3 is available in 6 different trims. The base trim is a 2.5S. And even the base trim offers a good value if you're on a budget, but don't want to sacrifice quality. If you have more disposable income, well, of course, the higher the trim, the more you'll get, like premium interior design and features. For example, the next trim level comes with power moonroof, heated front seats and steering wheel, 360-degree view monitor, and traffic sign recognition. The highest trim is the 2.5 Turbo Premium Plus. You can choose between front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive, and the all-wheel drive with the 2.5-liter turbo engine that outputs 250 horsepower and 320 pound-feet of torque. You also have the option to get a wireless charging pad for your smartphone, illuminated dorsal trim plates, and other upgraded feature options. Let's talk about the new Mazda CX-90, the new 3-row SUV that replaces the CX-9, and expectations are it will be larger. Here in the US, crossovers and SUVs are ever so popular, so it's really strategic for Mazda to invest heavily in developing the CX-90, and a hybrid one at that. Now, the 2024 CX-90 is a performance-oriented plug-in hybrid, or PHEV, and it's set to become Mazda's flagship vehicle, sitting on the top of the CX pyramid. Back in 2021, Mazda announced plans to expand the CX series. The plans for the new CX series applied to the CX-70 that's exclusive to North America, the mid-size CX-80 that's not available in North America, and now the CX-90, which is longer, wider, and more aggressively proportioned than any Mazda before. The 2024 CX-90 is to be equipped with an inline-6 engine, which is a change considering that all current Mazdas employ 4-cylinder power. That said, it might not be as powerful as other models. I say that because the CX-90 in the non-US market has a turbo 3.3-liter inline-6 that outputs 280 horsepower and 332 pound-feet of torque. The CX-90 comes with the new exterior paint colors, including its new artisan red. So far, there's no information on the exact size or dimensions of the car. But here's how Mazda's marketing says. It aspires to breathe life into the automotive form, and that the CX-90 will harness the power of light and shadow. And all that verbal poetry to me, when I translate it, means it'll be sleek, sculpted, and visually attractive. But let's look even farther ahead. I'm talking about the 2026 Mazda MX-5. This is Mazda's lightweight sports car and an icon in the Mazda production line. So you can see why there's a ton of excitement and speculation around it. Mazda is exploring ways to electrify it. So Mazda's design boss, Akira Tamatani, says that Mazda's applying its recent vision study concept to shape the 2026 MX looks. Of course, the car's design and details aren't yet locked in since it won't be released for a few more years. We're talking about a work in progress as we speak, with many iterations to come. And obviously, many things are subject to change between then and now. But for now, many expect the new 2026 MX-5 to feature a gas-electric hybrid power system. When it does arrive, this car will be the first all-new MX-5 since 2015. We're talking more than a decade by the time it releases. By the way, Mazda confirmed that the 2026 MX-5 will remain solely in-house. Interestingly, the 2026 MX-5's release will be probably coinciding with the introduction of Euro 7 emissions regulations. These regulations are set to be enforced starting in July 2026. 2025, and they will be stricter. That's why new MX-5s must be electrified in some way, and most likely will go the hybrid powertrain route. But just imagine the technical and engineering complexities it will add to this car. For example, it'll add more weight to a car that's classified as a lightweight sports car. Clearly, it won't be easy for Mazda to keep up with the new sports car's weight as low as it is and has been historically. And they don't want to disappoint its loyal fan base either, so it's imperative that the new car has to retain the very essence that makes the MX-5 what it already is. For now, what is known is that the MX-5 will be fitted with Mazda's new 3.3-liter inline-six engine that will be in the upcoming CX-60 hybrid. Reason is that kind of engine won't make the MX-5 an MX-5 anymore. But now you tell me, how do you feel about Mazda going electric, especially if you own a Mazda now? Please share by commenting below. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for your support.